Ladies and gentlemen, you join us live, sippers, for the Tea With Me podcast in the Limelight. Yes! I've got two guests, so ladies and gentlemen, let me bring on stage my first guest, none other than the Goblin King himself. Please welcome Kieran Bartlett! Yes! The Goblin King. Here he is. Here he is. Looking good. In a pair of flounces. He's dishing out banshee bones. He is dishing out banshee bones. He's the White Oprah. He is the White Oprah. Kieran Bartlett, ladies and gentlemen. I love that, the White Oprah, just dishing out banshee bones left, right and centre. Are you ready for another guest? Yeah. Please welcome to stage the great, the big bear himself, Dave Elliott! What is this? What is this? Why is this happening? Ladies and gentlemen, the longest walkout of all time, Dave Elliott. Yeah.
Wow.
Woo.
By the way, I genuinely didn't mean to throw it in your face. So disrespectful. I'm sorry.
Did you know what was happening?
No,
I
I wouldn't. If I knew it was happening, I would have said do 2 minutes less.
I thought the Banshee Bones were fucking epic, and this cunt, the family Von Trapp, fucking needs to be called 8 times. Now,
Was there a smoke machine?
I see at one point, genuinely, I was like, I thought you were going to come down from the ceiling. I was like, how does he work this?
I had got like all the dimensions, but for that room. So in here, they're like, it's a risk.
Right.
It's a risk to the front row. They die if you fell on them. So,
Well, we need to talk fashion first of all, right? Because Kieran, do you want to talk us through your bottom half?
the Red Specials. Some
Were they
people
not around in the Second World War?
Some people say pajama bottoms. I say special occasion jog pant.
I say sex offender.
I say, sassy chef. Like, I remember wearing these one day to the podcast, and you were like, what the fuck are you doing wearing them outside of your house? I'm like, I wear them outside the house all the time. People don't know if I'm moving or standing still. They're amazing.
but see, to be fair, like you said,
I'm standing still.
You said sex offender. Like I would want to sit in those soft knees. To be fair, like it's a good look.
You'd slide off them, to be fair.
And David, you obviously want me to ask about it. What does your T-shirt say?
It was one of my dad's, and it didn't fit him, so I just took it. It says, I can't pronounce it. What does it say?
What does it say?
Sexual icon.
That's my dad, like, so yeah.
Yeah. Shut
It's
it,
all
Big
good.
David.
We should take the eye off it. Let it burn slow.
I enjoy that a lot. Here we are. You two were two of the first guests ever on the podcast, like right at the start. We've come a long way, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was just called Hot Water with me.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a nice time. Towards the end, we will take listeners' questions from the floor, but don't have it like when a drugs counsellor comes in school and they go, "Any questions for the gentleman?" and no one says anything, and the guy goes back on the smack. So do. True story. Second year. Shout out to Brian, who
is my dad.
No, that's not why your dad was inside. But it's going to be nice. Kieran, will the goblins make an appearance tonight? Because a lot of people got excited that the goblins might be following their lord around.
If Mishmash and Girdle can hear me, all I would say is, where's my fucking sparkling I was promised? Because I was promised it, do you remember? Just before we came on, do you remember you
By
promised?
me?
By Shane. He promised me my water and then left me to give out 5 bags of Banshee bones holding half a cup of tea that he gave me. And I couldn't do it all. Do you know
Can
what I
I
mean?
just say, when I said where are the goblins and you talked about Mishmash and Girdle, the guy at the front who doesn't listen to the podcast just went, it's going to be a long night.
I thought, because I don't listen to this podcast because of better things to do, but I thought that like you referred to the listeners as the goblins. I was so rude. Albeit some of them do.
No, Kieran, for anyone who doesn't know, to bring you up to speed, Kieran has an army. Would it be fair to say they're an army?
An army, they're more of a collective, Shane. A militia. A militia of money-grubbing whores that work for me. I like multiple income streams. I have 2 guys around at the minute with Pritt sticks going through the fucking... going through the back rooms of Victoria Square, seeing what they can pick up. If it's not money, I'm hoping for some fucking DKNY, like, you know.
Yeah. To be fair, you do look like a kind of guy that could just get anything.
Money comes to me, Dave. Do you remember when fucking Victoria Square opened and people thought it was going to be the answer to some fucking great problem, and you were like, is this just Castle Court for people who can't afford it? That's all it is.
I think I'm right in saying that's their slogan now.
It's the most pointless fucking place. You ever see people? Do you remember when it first opened? Everyone was going, "Have you been up to the Dome?" And you can see Belfast. I'm like, you can go up Black Mountain and see Belfast. Do you know what I mean?
But only if you're one of your type, not if you're one of mine.
Well, and let's be, even if you're my type, only if you're in a car. Do you know what I mean?
So just to clarify, people might have been expecting tea. You got tea tonight. People might have been expecting biscuits. You got biscuits tonight. The goblins, just to confirm, are not making an appearance.
Nobody ever sees the goblins.
Right. So is there no way? I heard money rattling.
You'll hear the goblins.
Would there be no way of tempting them out? Like, what if I was to?
It's not enough.
To hold up a
It's not
£20
enough.
note? It's not enough. Would there be no way?
They'll only come out for 50s.
So would there be no way to get the goblins out here? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
Unbelievable.
What the fuck was that?
Was that a prod? Sorry, Div.
No, he's wearing green, mate.
You know what that was? £30 I spent in Elliott tonight. I went on. That's how stupid I am, right? I think Elliott's fancy dress shop in Belfast, they have no disrespect to your parents, but I think Elliott's, who own Elliott's shop, I think Elliott's will have any outfit I can think of. And I typed in Goblin King, and they were like, no, so I had to get an alien head and a green morph suit body. 30 quid. 30 quid.
Unbelievable.
Have you ever actually Googled Goblin King? Like, what does come up?
I would imagine either me or David Bowie in Labyrinth. So that's what he is. He's the Goblin King, like. I also am wearing a cod piece, but you can't see it in the red specials.
Get it out.
Guys, first question in the podcast. Do you think you could, in the right circumstances, do you think you could take a life? Do you think you could...
Again?
Do you think you could kill a man?
Again?
A human life?
Pardon? A human life? In the right circumstances?
Aye.
Yeah.
Which would need to be...
Next question. I have actually, this is quite interesting because I was talking about this yesterday. I have a wee story. I was at when I was in uni, which I'm perpetually.
Hold on. Did you murder someone in uni?
Yeah, he was trying to get me to do a thought experiment. I was in uni and there was like I was doing an MA in journalism. Or as I like to call it now, Shane, churnalism, because you simply churn out the material. Fuck up. So I was doing journalism, and I was having chicken burger, of course I was. I was having chicken burger, with some people that were in my class, and we'd been talking about some story had been in the news about somebody getting caught on paying somebody to kill for them, like a hitman, would be the way of saying it. And we got in this chat about what would someone have to pay you in order to kill somebody, like just for money, like somebody you don't know, right? And the way we decided to answer it was everybody wrote their name on a bit of paper and wrote the figure down. And as the first few ones get called out, it's like, oh, well, fucking so-and-so says they would do it for £1 million. I'm like, ridiculous. Somebody else says, oh, they would do it for like, £170,000. I'm like, that's quite specific. And then, harrowingly, they turned mine over and it was $3,000. I was like, I would do it for the fees of this course.
Dave, you look like a guy who would be brought over from Bulgaria to kill someone, but would themselves end up dying in a funfair-related accident.
I mean, I wasn't even listening to what you were saying. I was just thinking genuinely how much it would take me to kill you. And in the circle, like, what happens if you're really annoyed? Like, you tenner, and the crack is another one.
Have you ever felt like killing someone?
Yeah, of course. Like, see, if you're driving along a road and somebody edges out of another street and they expect you to let them out, I just want to go, not today, full car into the side of them, then get out and rip their jaw off. But that's, I know I can separate my fantasy world from reality,
What else is in your fantasy world?
Well, let's just say, I wasn't expecting a goblin, so if I say Big Diddy's in oil... Whoa.
Tony,
Funny
come
she
back
said
out. If Kieran got a load of crisp and dry down the front. Whoa.
It's actually oil that you get in a tin of mackerel, Shane. Just one tin, but I make it spread.
Well, it's lucky I love mackerel, so it'll be sexy and tasty.
I just go over to Dave, covered in mackerel oil, and go, toast me.
I'm just picturing Dave with cat whiskers on, just meow, meow, right at your chest,
like George Galloway and Big Brother. Come here, kitty. Pussy.
Would you like me
Should we
to
do
be
that?
the cat?
Get on the floor, Kieran.
That's good times. I could definitely kill somebody, like. I could. I know I could. I find it very difficult to live with the guilt of a theft. Like a theft that I haven't even meant, perhaps. Like, when you realize,
of the heart.
When you realize, I was gonna say, when you realize you've stolen an audience's hearts. But no, when you realize, like, I mean, I think I told you about this before. I went to Dunelm and fucking stole a silver bowl, but I was actually buying a silver bowl, but there was another thin one stuck inside it, and like I was racked with guilt. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, I still have it to them. But I did phone them about it. They told me to keep it. Amazon recently.
Hold on. Sorry. So you bought a bowl. How much did this bowl cost?
I think it was like $15.99 or something.
Oh, you're doing alright for yourself? $15.99 on a bowl? That's a Northern Ireland record. That's fucking...
If you want to dress chips correctly, Shane, you need a silver bowl. And I was away getting it. And
No, but sorry, what I'm saying is, you get home, you realise an easy mistake to make, there's two bowls in one.
And I phoned them.
But
and they just said, keep it.
You phoned Dunelm to just, like, in a
Mate,
state?
this sort of shit has happened to me, like... ages
ago. Shoplifting problem?
This actually happened to Kev. Kev ordered a rare edition Christy Moore box set, right?
Because he's a cool guy, right?
It took. I think he ordered it naked from his mate's garden, and he was. He ordered this box set. Some of the songs on this are literally Christy Moore doing spoken word stuff about Thatcher. It's mental, right? Anyway, oh, she's a bitch. Give us a one. Anyway,
why did he get Johnny Vegas to record it for him?
And he ordered one, and then it took ages to come, so he got in touch with Amazon, and they sent another one, and then both of them arrived, and my man and dad were getting on to Kev like he was involved in the Northern Bank robbery.
Which being one of yours is possible.
Yes. My sister wrote a reference for the guy that worked in the Northern Bank. Anyway, so...
I thought you said a guy for the robbery.
Oh, no, like he worked in the... He's the one that gets sacked out of the Northern Bank over the robbery. Anyway, so...
Just legend.
My sister's just going, he's very punctual. So... Recently as well, Amazon have started doing this fucking very annoying thing where they're delivering things to my house, which clearly says my fucking address on the post box, and they're delivering it for a street that's about 5 streets away. But they're doing it in a way now where they're fucking with me. Do you know what I mean? Where they're going, that's his problem now. Because, you know, the ring, they don't even rap a door anymore, ring the bell, just leave it there, and they know it's the wrong address.
I thought you were one of the only guys that have got through the pandemic with your head screwed on, and you've got all the way here to say, Amazon's fucking with me.
Amazon's fucking with me. I'm not stupid enough to go, oh, it's Jeff Bezos. I mean, but the wee guy I phoned the other day, motherfucker, didn't care. Jeff
Bezos his net worth is threatened by you and the army of.
Well,
of
funny.
goblins.
This is what they said though. I goes, well, it shouldn't be on me to fucking deliver this guy, and they go, keep it or destroy it. That's what they said. Keep it or destroy it. And I went, well, I feel like fucking eating it. I don't even know what's in it. I'm just gonna start on the cardboard. I didn't even know what to do, and then we ended up fucking dropping it off. And the cunt that owns it doesn't even know that I did it, so it's like the most thankless. I should have kept it.
What was it?
I fucking don't know.
Well, no, fuck you, because we all want to know what was in it.
I wanted to know what was in it, but I didn't know how you meant to open it and then deliver. Go, oh, I opened it and then realised my name's not Adam. Although
it's a flashlight, you're like, mate, I don't know. Rain got in somehow, but there it's back. And
it's a flashlight, and I'm like, sorry that I ate some of it. But there you go. I would fucking kill an Amazon worker. There you go. Without him, I would do it and feel nothing.
Does any of you lads have flashlight?
No.
Dave, we're in the Limelight.
Yeah.
Right? Did you come to the Limelight when you were younger, when you were a young party guy? You got any memories here?
You look like
any hickeys?
Were you a spring and air brake cunt, were you?
No, well, I used to busted, so I got beat up a lot. You know, all these people in like Green Day, and I'm like, do you like Year 3000? They're like, no, you fucking virgin, get out. And so I just kind of hung around, and was it the Stiff Kitten?
Stiff Kitten was over in fucking...
I like to go there, in the beach club, I like that.
The beach club?
Respect, never forget.
There's someone that's had their kids taken off them.
The beach club.
Whoever that was thinks beach club's just closed for a bit. They're like, no, they're redeveloping it.
Do you know what was good about the beach club? They managed to make the sand in there smell like fish.
Yeah.
You sure that wasn't your chest?
That was a stinking wee place in there.
I went
Mate, it brings a fucking Caribbean to Belfast. Fuck up.
I would say that the Jamaica Inn brings...
But where else could you go in Northern Ireland at that time and go, can I have a sex on the beach and a fucking mojito all at the one time?
Port Stewart. Just go up to Port Stewart and say to anyone that lives there locally, can I have sex on the beach? And they'll give you it.
Yeah, I get
Thank you. I'm slagging the locals.
Do
Yeah.
you know what I got bad flashbacks to when we walked in here? The sticky floor. Now that for me.
Where was this?
In here when we walked in tonight. Sticky floor.
I like that.
I don't.
No, I don't either.
Like that, I had that once when I was younger, and then obviously being from Hollywood, you would get a piggyback in on nights out. You don't have to deal with that. Like your butler is.
See the stick. Where
I'm butler.
I'm from West Belfast, so the sticky floor is like an area of some Republican bar where a specific type of Republican drink. You sticky bastards! Oh, he's up on the sticky floor. We're down here in the fucking the Provy snug. You know
the Provy snug. You're gonna open 1,000% in like 20 years. You're gonna open a club called the Provy Snug, and I'm gonna do a Barry Manilow style residency in it.
Dave will bury you out the back.
Need a lot of goblins for that.
But Kieran, did you come here when you were younger? I used to go to the school discos here, not like...
See, what I don't get, I need to just clear this up. You are similar age to me, but you kind of hang around with a lot younger people, so...
Hold on. 7-year-olds.
Like,
Hold on, are you talking about? Are you confused? Are you sure you don't mean my son?
No, I mean, no.
He's not my mate.
Like you hang out. You're going to be the dad. It's like, where are we going this weekend, boys? And they'd be like, nowhere with you, you fucking weirdo. But
all right, I'll go to the Provy Snug myself. You're lost.
But
You're lost, boys.
I kind of feel like you would have gone to like younger places than we would have gone to. You know what I mean? Like,
Why? Where would you have gone? I
Why are
definitely
you
would-
getting out on like when you were 17? You're going to
But
the
bear in
John
mind,
Hewitt.
when I was 17, I look 42. Like, I was going to the South Belfast Northern Ireland Supporters Club. That's
You've definitely taken a car for a first date to the South Belfast Northern Ireland Supporters Club.
and I tell you what, Free Sky, it's a good spot. It's,
Where would you have gone, right enough? Like when you were 17 or 18, where would you have gone?
Regattas, mate. Polo tournaments. No, place like here, Beach Club, 100%. Beach Club was a shout. You used to go into the Beach Club with 450 and just get demented. Like 450 and you'd have change.
Is demented like a type of drink or something?
Yeah.
Give us 2 demented and a chronically depressed, please. I fucking hate it in there. No, I would have come here, to be fair. I used to wear nail polish and it was like my ID, you know. Have you any ID? And I'm like, no, but I have dark thoughts. Bright pink nail polish. No, I have black nail polish. And then I would have gone to Auntie Annie's quite a bit. What
Yeah.
R.I.P. Fuck 5 points. I fucking made the Odyssey, the bars in the Odyssey are ratting. I used to gig in the box. I gigged in the box doing music.
Podium dancing?
Yep. It was, if you want to call it dancing, I just used to fold my body for people. No, I used to gig in the so-called VIP, and I used to be like, no one in Belfast is very, very important. It was, sorry, musings, and he's like, I'm fucking precious.
Which was another
Precious,
good spot.
another place. I was the box. I was.
Yeah.
Do you remember everybody? Oh, do you know what I remember about Precious? I was in it once. I remember everybody going, "There's one of the taps in here's £1 a pint," and you're like, "Cause it's literally mixed with pish." Like, oh, it was fucking rotten, and everybody would be queuing for that tap. So if you wanted £1 a pint, you'd have been better just going to the fucking Sky on a Tuesday. Was it a Tuesday in Sky?
Yeah, Sky Tuesday. That Thursday.
Thursdays,
a big
and it was
night.
a tenner in, and then everything was £1.
Yeah.
I didn't really
Outrage.
go there for obvious reasons.
What?
What
they
are
obvious?
those reasons?
Just, I don't just it was a bit of a clientele that, you know,
What was
poor people.
What
Just-
did you ever go to a place? Here's a good question. Did you ever go to a place that you wouldn't normally go to, and say for instance, like, did you ever come here and goth up to get in, or because I know that I definitely went to the apartment one time in a fucking blazer.
Oh.
I know I did, and I looked like a fucking teddy bear.
A wee trilby on.
Oh, what?
Wee trilby on.
I look like a fucking desk toy.
You know, you look like Paddington Bear's PA in a blazer, and I don't know what I mean by that.
But did you find whenever you were
Called Wurzel, and I don't know why.
like when you're trying to get in places and you're underage, you always borrowed your dad's stuff, but your dad was never wearing what like guys.
No, sorry.
No, that's
You're
just
right.
you.
You never did that.
What?
I borrowed your dad's stuff though.
But I mean, like, my dad was fairly fashionable for a prisoner, and it was like.
A lot of stonewashed denim
But whenever I was like, 17, back in those days, they were a bit lax about ID, so you just had to stick your passport on the Microsoft Paint and then change the wee number. And then you're like, mate, are you 52? It's... yeah. Then you go dress as your dad, so you'd be wearing like, those sandals, the like straps on the brown sandals, wearing a pair of jeans and a short sleeve check shirt. And you'd walk up and people are like, are you of age, mate? And they'd be like, oh, I fucking see a wife and the kids are doing my head in the day.
If I was going dressed as my dad on night out, I'd be wearing a pair of Speedos and a choke chain, so I wouldn't have got in. I wouldn't have got in any. Well, I would have got into a couple of places.
R.I.P. Pipeworks.
I would have had more chance like borrowing clothes off our Roisin or something. Do you know what I mean?
Who?
My sister. One of my sisters.
Or Roisin? The female R. Kelly?
She does piss on people, to be fair.
And that's why the floors are sticky.
I I do remember a girl walking out. Remember they used to have school discos here?
Yeah.
So
you're
of course
like,
you do. Last week, a school disco in here, boys.
I genuinely wore my prefect badge to one of them here. True story. Do you know what I was prefect of? The community outreach program, which was like
Sounds like a band.
which was like 6 years.
Sounds like they supported REM.
It sounds like a band that would have played in Spring and Airbreak. Hi guys, we're the community outreach program.
Just like loads of real emo guys and one paramilitary.
There's somehow 4 of us on percussion. And we all switch instruments. I'll be on the banjo and then I'll be on the ukulele.
What are you doing?
We're doing like an emo
I was
fringe.
fucking afraid.
I thought you were doing this for your nose to look like a wee piggy, and I just didn't get the reference.
Sometimes, do you ever pick your nose that way? I can't remember what the fuck I was on about. You know, the prefect thing, it was you had to go, like I had to go in the old person's home a couple of times a week and visit them on my free periods. And genuinely...
Hold on, so you were a schoolboy,
Yeah.
and they sent you to paedophiles.
No, an old,
that old person's home, they like you.
an old person's home, I didn't say in the sacristy, like, do you know what I mean? Into like, there's so many prods in here, they don't even know what that is.
And what did you...
Is that some sort of Catholic organisation?
Would you order?
Salvation Army for us.
Would you order a bottle? What is a sacristy?
What's a sacristy? The
Would you order-
the
you'd
wee
order
holy
a
room.
bottle? You'd
The wee
order a-
changing room in a church. What?
All right. I thought you would order a bottle of that in the Republican snug.
But the sacristy's that song. Sacristy, bindo, bindo. Sacristy. No? It was on our wee radio show we did. It's a wee dance track, no?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
I'm older.
I don't think it was. I do remember walking out here one night and there was a broken glass on the dance floor and a girl walked out in bare feet with like copious amounts of blood and went, "Uni sucks," in that accent and just walked down to the Dublin Road.
And then bled out in the street and died.
Yeah.
And then the goblins collected her. And just sold her body in the black market, and there. So you're rich.
Kieran, where-
St. George's Market. What?
When was the last time you went like out? Like, I mean out.
Like my daddies and everything.
Yeah, I mean like twank in the club.
I go out. I don't drink anymore. I don't enjoy it anymore.
Do you mean like a few casual drinks or like popping bottles in the ice?
I mean popping bottles in the ice like a G6. Like.
Last time, probably.
I thought that was gay sex, that word, no?
Honestly, it was our Decky's wedding. Was probably the last time I got absolutely broke.
Why'd you not stay at the wedding? It's fucking antisocial.
Why is everyone in your family R. Kelly, R. Decky?
Because they're ours.
It's just a list of.
Because they're ours. My family owns them. What do you say?
My
It
relatives.
sounds rare if I go, my Declan. Sounds like I'm talking.
That emo band you're in, that's the name of your first single, My Declan. It's all done in palm pipes.
Reasons and bands at school. I know what type of band you'd be fucking in, but
Dave was in the Gertrude Star.
that's the exact face.
Dave looks like a guy who plays the bass drum. 1,000% looks like he plays the bass drum and takes orders from a Chinese on a Bluetooth headset at the same time. At the same time.
I really respect guys that run a Chinese. Do you know, like the ones? There's a guy in the Chinese that I go to who only does Fridays, and I reckon it's because it fucking wrecks him. And then he comes back the next week. It's like, mate, it's like fucking Wolf of Wall Street when they start selling. You know what I mean?
You need to ask Paddy McDonald about the time we went to Chinese at a gig in Derry.
Well,
I don't know if
we're
I
on a
can-
live podcast, so can we ask you about it?
I don't know. I don't know if I can say it on the pod. He'll say it because he just says anything. But I don't think I could say it because I might get in trouble.
Do we want Dave to say whatever it is?
Right. So fuck's sake.
I'm
we
shit
did a
myself.
gig, and on the way out, me and Paddy thought, well, I'm gonna be Chinese, bit of sustenance for the road, and
Why are you
went
guys
in.
from medieval times? Yes!
So we went
There are
in,
bandits at Dungiven.
and it was the weird. It was just us. This guy who kept. I need to set my cup down. There was this guy sitting there at a table by himself, just going.
What did you say to him? Hello,
What?
weary traveller.
So So we went in and we ordered the woman who was like very Derry with her accent. She was very like, so what are you looking? And we're like, oh. And he's like, fucking chow mein and all this. And I'm like, yeah. But the guy working was a Chinese man. So I don't think he had a bit of a grasp of English, but he couldn't get the Derry accent. So she was speaking to us very Derry, but when she turned around to him, very Chinese, you know. I mean,
So just to clarify, she's from Derry.
yeah,
White.
yes,
Right.
and he was Chinese. The only thing we could hear coming from the back when the order came, I think he saw us both, and he just started saying, for sake.
Sorry, see if you're Chinese from Derry, does that make you a Szechuan? That arrived in my brain a few seconds ago and I was like... stroking out until I said it.
So she was taking our order, but then turned around and very much shouting with a very broad,
So
offensive
like when your dad's
Chinese
in
accent.
Spain and he talks to the waiters in a bit of a Spanish accent, but he's speaking English, it's the same thing, but she...
No, she was speaking English, but with a very bad Chinese accent.
Right.
And me and him were
Like
looking
a
at each
Joey
other going,
Barton type thing?
oh
Still
yeah,
speaking English?
full, and it was like, and then she just turned back to us and be like, I'll be 2 minutes, lads. And we were like, what have we just seen? And then this guy's in the corner. I don't know, it was a very, I would give it more, but I feel like, you know, I have a show in a few weeks and don't want to get...
Oh, you're not going to get to do that show, you're
No,
done.
I'm done.
You're done.
Right, fuck it, should we just do the whole China? No.
I enjoy the idea, though, of you arriving and speaking, though, the way we were at the start of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Do you have a quart of curry sauce, sire? You know what I mean?
Chicken balls, have you?
So,
Chow mein by the gallon, I order.
what way... What way did your dad speak to people on holidays? I'm keen to know that. Now, where did you go to holidays?
Hola, Mocker, are you alright? Just like that.
See, when my dad was there, again, because he has a past, every fucking sinner has a past and a saint, you know all that. But he would go and like the Spanish guys would come over and he would just say stuff like, por favor, manténgase Leandro teleporte ese monsieur. And they'd be like, and just then swap like wee brown envelopes and he'd never mention it again.
Yeah.
I swear to fuck, I got off the plane. I don't know if I told you this before I got off the plane with my dad in Rome. And before we were in the airport, he goes, you smell garlic. I was like, this is going to be a fucking long week for you, Jim. Also, we would have gone on holiday in Ireland. And my dad, you know, like in Ireland, do you know what he loved? You know when you're down south and there's still garages down there?
Hold on, he's gone.
Sorry, Dave's like, do you know what he loved? Go on.
Pussy.
He did have 8 kids, so a confirmed rider. Like, oh, that's Ma Bartlett you're talking about there, dude.
I just picture him about to go to work and you being in there being like, hello. I'll come out now, thank you. Oh, so disrespectful.
You're fucking dead to me. So do you know there's garages down there though where they still fill the car up for you?
Yeah, yeah,
My
yeah.
dad
The way it
loved
should be.
that. He loved that.
Where was
And
this?
Down south, anywhere.
All right.
In any of the.
In Hollywood, we still have that. Like you'll see these guys down there fucking pumping away. For us.
And my dad loved dropping phrases like, right you be now, boss. Which is a phrase that you don't hear
It's
anywhere.
too many words, isn't it?
He just go, right you be now, boss. And you're like, what the fuck? He didn't sound like that. He never. It was a terrible impression of my own dad.
He was too
Because
busy.
Dave has thrown me off.
He sounded like this.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to kick his content. All I'm thinking about now is, did Ciaran ask me could I kill so that
But listen, we're all here. Our
This
parents
is-
fucked like
this
this.
is like, I know, but this is like that last, you know, the last murder in 7 where it all falls into place. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just gonna be your head in a box, my ma's box. Do you know? I'm sorry, Sheila.
So guys, it's nearly Christmas, and
Speaking of boxes,
I was gonna say, I want a finger on the pulse of the guy who doesn't listen to the podcast. How's he coping?
who?
The guy who doesn't listen to the podcast that's here.
This guy right here.
This guy, how are you coping? All right.
I have to listen to Claire's commentary of the podcast, and this is what.
All right. I mean, I didn't want his life story. Like, sorry, I was literally too easy. Sorry.
Kieran, we need like.
do you listen to any podcast, mate?
He's mugged us
He's a
off
plant.
quite badly there.
He's a plant, 100%. Let's just say him and Dave go to the big boy scouts together, if you know what I mean. Loyalist paramilitary.
I was gonna say, was that the British Army?
Guys, it's.
I know, I've offended Dave. He's had to stop bucking with ma.
I know.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I will say anything, Shane. You know this.
Yeah.
I'll never stop.
Kieran, see, coming up to Christmas, will you be exclusively in pyjama wear? I can see you looking very cute Christmas morning. I think you're just really happy and you just sit there all happy and...
I'll be honest with you, mate. I'm pretty cute every morning, but I do work, mate. See, because I mostly work from home, and I mean, even tonight when I'm out at the office, I do mostly wear various. We've discussed this flounces. I have many pairs of them. I have a basket in my wardrobe that's flounces, like flounce wear, and but yeah, mostly jammies. I think coming into what I like. The fuck was that? Somebody fucking landing a spaceship over there.
I think it's a hand dryer.
That was one of those goblins.
I enjoy comfort, Shane, as you might know, and I think coming into Advent, it's a time of preparation.
You're the sort of person that keeps old phrases alive. No one's ever said coming into Advent since the 1700s, since they went to Derry for a fucking half and half. We must feast before we embark on the Glen Shane.
Advent, though.
Yeah, I know what it is. I just haven't heard that phrase.
Do you remember? Do you know what? What about fucking Advent calendar chocolate? What about that, mate? It's not. It doesn't even taste. It's not even chocolate. It's fucking disgusting.
Is that where you opened it and it was chocolate? Because growing up in Hollywood, it was a car.
I know. I was gonna say like.
Second hand, like it wasn't anything big.
Did you get bought a car by your family?
No, well, yes, but can I defend myself? You know the way my dad's a mechanic?
Yeah.
My dad was working on a car and may or may not have said to the person this direct sentence, "This is not salvageable. I will give you 50 quid to take it away," and then I may or may not have driven that 1 litre Corsa for about 2 years. My first car cost 50 quid. My second car I bought myself cost 150 quid. Remember the blue Bomber?
Yeah.
The blue Peugeot. So yeah, I was bought a car, but it was a Corsa.
Have you
R.I.P.
ever
the Duchess.
told the story on the podcast about...
Sorry, Kieran said R.I.P. the Duchess, which was his car. It sounded to anyone who doesn't know like he was just paying mad respect to like an old member of the royal family.
Or Fergie, R.I.P. The story where you got a complimentary car...
Yeah.
And they were like, "Listen, we'll give you this car, but it's got to have your name emblazoned all over it." And then afterwards, you tried to negotiate. Please tell that story.
No, okay, so what happened was I was doing a video for Charles Hurst Peugeot.
Sorry to interrupt you. Peugeot?
Let me guess. Peugeot, is it?
No, just Peugeot.
It's what did I say?
You say Peugeot?
Yeah. You gotta sink into it.
You say Peugeot.
Peugeot.
Suck it.
It's not P-O-O-G.
You say Peugeot. Who's with me on this? Peugeot?
I think Peugeot's one of your goblins.
And
no?
who didn't get school dinners growing up?
Fucking unreal. I don't like it, so I get fucking rinsed.
So, I do the video as Mike McGoldrick. This is what, would this been 9-10 years ago?
Yeah.
And
what type of Peugeot was it, right enough?
it was like a 106 or something.
okay.
It was like the cheapest one.
Fucking rare.
So I do the video and I'm driving the blue Bomber, which was dented. Right, it was dented. So I make a joke to the guy as we're driving back from filming the video, where I say, "I'm like, you don't have any new Peugeot sitting about. You can give me in all. This is banter." But like I said it dead serious, like with a straight face. I was like, "You have any you could give me?" Because like I'm struggling. I was like, "Mate, financially I'm struggling and all." And the guy said. The guy was like, yeah, and he was leaving that week, so he's like, fuck it. He's like, we can give you one for a year, and you can be a brand ambassador. So I was like, unbelievable. Sold my car. They put the name on the back of my car. Proudly, Chargers Peugeot proudly sponsors Shane Todd. And like anytime I parked that in Hollywood, my mates would like get a photo for Snapchat, giving it the finger or fucking a jambon at it or something. But it was like, so I was getting loads of shit for it, but I was like, I don't care. It's a free car. Now, here's the thing. After like 10 months, I swear, Dave will tell you this is true, I was sending Peugeots into the WhatsApp group I have with him, saying like, mate, what do you think of this one? Thinking about asking him for this one next. Like a real sweet, like decked out one. I was like, might ask for this one, you know, with a few more followers, maybe we'll bump up to this one. I thought the deal was for a year. After 10 months, I got a phone call and it was the guy and he goes, well, it's that time. And I said, well, good stuff, because I was going to ring you. He goes, it's that time to hand back the Peugeot. And I said, what are we thinking? And he's like, not much. Give us back the Peugeot, because you can't like keep that. And he gave me back. Then another guy goes, mate, I work for Charles Hurst Lexus. Would you like a Lexus? And I said, yes. So this guy, I told Dave, I was like, I'm getting a free Lexus. And the guy rang me. I, again, 100% Dave backed me up. I sold my car. Yes. Because I thought I was getting the Lexus. So I sold the car I was driving in between. And it was a Toyota Corolla. Sold it. And like didn't even ask for that much, because I was like, I'm getting the Lexus. So the car's probably worth $3,000. I was like, 80 quid. I don't give a fuck. I drive a Lexus, and I swear to God, I was on the train from Hollywood to Belfast, and I was looking around me like, this will be the last time you'll see me on here. I'm getting a Lexus. The guy rang me. He goes, Shane, and well, he was called Andy, right? So fuck him. He goes, it's Andy from Charles Hurst Lexus. He goes, listen, the thing with a Lexus is we can't do you the brand ambassador deal. But now, bear in mind, at the time, I'm working in the call centre for like less than minimum wage. So the guy rings me and goes, I'm on the train. And he goes, we still want you to have the Lexus, mate, but we can't do the brand ambassador thing. He goes, listen, I've looked at the figures. £380 a month for 68 months or something. We'll sort you out. No worries. Complimentary Lexus. I was like, that's not complimentary, and that's also not what I even make in a year. And I said, I'll phone you back, mate. I need to speak to my bank manager. And then I phoned him back 5 minutes later. I was like, he says this time we're gonna have to give it a miss. So yeah, I fucking didn't get it. But
Who did you ring in the meantime?
what?
Who did you ring?
My dad. I was like, can you get me another Corsa for 50 quid? Can you stroke another pensioner, please? She was dying anyway. But I told you, like, if you listen to the podcast, you might have heard this story. See, Christmas, my dad did the slyest. For how well he got me, like, wee cars, dead on, but he did the worst thing to me at Christmas. My dad, whenever I was, like, 11, took just, like, 2 weeks before Christmas, took me round looking at scramblers in this shop. He's like, what do you think of that one and all? And I was like, oh, aye, this is class. 2 weeks from Christmas. I was like, unreal, yeah, I'd love that. That's amazing. He's like, sit on it and all, what do you think? I was like, brilliant. Christmas morning, I wake up, I'm like 11 or 12, I go down. All that's there is like a bike helmet and a big pair of like road racer, like scrambler gloves, you know, for like bikes, big, thick, heavy gloves, a helmet. And the curtains were closed outside. It's like 7 in the morning. I went, ho, 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 ho. I was like, he gives me the gloves and the hat. He goes, what do you think? I was like, yeah. Oh, yeah, good. But, and he's like, you've done well. I was like, oh, yeah. Like, wink, wink. I was like, yeah. You want to open those curtains, playboy? He's like, all right. Fine. Opens the curtains. I'm like, nothing there. And I was like, anything in the shed? But I was like, yeah, plenty of bits and pieces. It took me about an hour and a half to work out that he had not got me the scrambler. He just got me a helmet and gloves for a scrambler, and I had to just like go out to the rest of the boys in the street on my BMX with a big fucking heavy helmet, full gloves, and they were like, "What the fuck are you doing, you massive nerd?" I was like, "I thought there was a scrambler," and I've held it against him ever since.
I don't think it's bad that he didn't get you a scrambler. I thought he was definitely have gonna like weigh them with like, here's like an hour on a scrambler somewhere, like, do you know what I mean? Which would and have got your own helmet.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
that's fucked.
But it's alright.
Was that an awkward Christmas?
Oh,
What was that the worst Christmas present you ever got?
Well, the worst Christmas present I gave was a couple of years ago when I shit in the wardrobe. Christmas morning. Shit in the wardrobe, sleepwalked. Dave knows the story. Dave knows the story, yeah, sleepwalked. It was past tense, so slept. But not at the time when I was sleeping. But it was like 4 years ago. It was our first Christmas. And
Did you actually shit in the wardrobe?
It was the first Christmas me and my wife spent in our new house.
Did you actually shit in the wardrobe?
Yeah.
Have you ever killed small animals or anything? Because this is all coming together. Could you kill anybody? Did you ever shit the bed or like? Did you ever set fires or?
I didn't shit in the bed. I was out the night before. I sleepwalked a bit drunk. I went in and I woke up and thought this was a funny dream. I opened the wardrobe in the spare room, squatted over. It was the perfect height. I saw myself in the slide robe mirror, laughed to myself, and like did a wee giggle in the middle of the night. Bear in mind, I woke up and thought this was a dream. I shit in the wardrobe.
I reckon you do quite small shits though, because I think
It's like a glade going off.
I think if I did it, it would have been in the fucking Irish news. Like, page 2, Brian Feeney just fucking going off about my generation because I've done like a pot of stew in the fucking. Do you know what I mean?
Me doing a shit looks like someone's dropped a raisin on the floor of Tollymore Forest Park.
See, the other day, mate, it was like the fucking magic porridge pot in my house. I swear to fuck, it just kept filling up. Sorry.
Dave, you ever shit anywhere weird?
I don't shit.
Yeah.
He's
Dave
just
John
talking.
Moon.
No, I just don't. But what you said it was a Christmas present.
No,
Did you
wrap it. My wife had to wake up to that story, and I shit over one football shirt in particular. It was in my football top drawer, and it was a faker anyway of Messi, and I swear to God, it had the wrong squad number on it anyway.
Messi indeed.
So I didn't mind, yeah. I went out to the black bin outside, put the football top and a couple others that were around it in the outside bin, fully naked. At about 4 a.m, went back into the house, went to sleep, woke up, said to my wife, I had a funny dream, went and checked.
Do you know what I seriously
dream.
hope happened? I hope some kid that lived next door or something thought he could hear Santa. And he's looked out and seen you with your shady hole throwing away what looks like somebody's Christmas present. Oh, it's a new Barcelona top. Ben.
Do you like Messi, mate? Jesus Christ.
See, when you put it in the bin, did you have any bottoms on?
No.
Speaking of mad shits, I saw a truck today that had one of the weirdest fucking ads on it I've ever seen in my life, right? It was for a company called chickenmince.ie.
What are they doing?
Whole chickens, would you believe? Not minced ones. Although they do also do the mince. But it said, because I went onto their website, so here's what the ad said. Make the switch. Chickenmince.ie. And I went, that's not a switch anyone is talking about. Like some people are going, should I switch from like my petrol card, like a fucking electric one, or should I switch from fucking oil to gas, or to green energy, or should I switch from fucking Sinn Féin to just fully being in the raw, right? And then it's like, and then these ones have gone for like chicken mince.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get. Has anybody ever eaten chicken mince? Do you know why I would?
Cow mince. Instead of cow mince.
I would assume instead of mince beef, as some people would call it, but.
Not in my house.
I slept, walked, and made a load of cow mince.
I say, are we having moo mince for dinner or what? Garçon. I say, garçon. We have a moo mince.
What happens if you're having like a rich Italian meatball dish and there's a mix of moo mince and oink mince?
Then there's a wardrobe getting shit in. You know what's the worst Christmas present you ever got?
chicken mince. I just need to finish this thought because all I could think about was, you know, like an advert on an Irish radio station for that website must be fucking rare because it must be like, you know, are you not getting one of your 5 chicken feet a day? You know what I mean? Like, you know, don't worry, a chicken mince, chickenmince.ie, we throw the carcass right into the meat. Like, I mean, it's just gonna be fucking ratting. Anyway, worst Christmas present. Fucking screwball scramble. Fuck off.
Screwball scramble?
Fuck off.
What is screwball
I'll say this.
scramble?
It took me 2 goes to clock it. Right?
To park it?
To clock it.
What the fuck is it?
Screwball scramble. Like don't get on like you're 20. It's fucking. It was out when we were like kids. Who
anybody know what
remembers
it is?
screwball scramble? 7 people. See, so it was a game, right? And you
Was this an elaborate way to get your uncle out of McGabry?
My
We're
uncle
playing screwball scramble.
My uncle Screwball? What's he in jail for? Selling stuff out of the back of his poke van that definitely wasn't a screwball. There was a fucking rag guy, definitely was a poke man where I lived. But anyway, he's a scary bastard.
Ugh.
Anyway, did you ever see? No, I won't go there.
No.
There was screwball scramble. Was this fucking? It was a square, right? And you were a wee silver ball, and you started. It was like an obstacle course for the silver ball, and there was a wee timer. And you had to control each obstacle with like different levers and buttons at the bottom of the fucking
Can I just
board.
say, maybe I shouldn't have been so ungrateful about the scrambler helmet.
I know, mate. Yeah, screwball scrambler. This was a scrapper of a game, but I wanted it. I asked for it. Like I fucking asked Santa for it, and he delivered. But it was bollocks. Like, see, once you clocked it, like,
That's it?
do you know all you could do? Beat your own time. I could do screwball scramble. If somebody has it on them, I could do screwball scramble now in about fucking 15 seconds. I used to be able
Legend.
to jump from like the 6th obstacle onto like the fucking 9th one.
Right.
But see where I came from? If I got a present like that, I would send it back to Santa by putting it in the fire, just lighting it.
So you light fires and he shits himself and I am the murderer?
Dave, worst Christmas present before we take some questions from the audience, which there will be. Mate, see, just to kick us off after we do this, you're asking one, because this is what we need. We need people to be asking. You've got about a minute and a half to think. What's your name?
Why is he asking
What's your
one?
name? Scott?
Yes.
Make it good, Scott.
So a couple of years ago,
I'm shitting myself for him. Go on.
So am I. And I'm looking for a wardrobe.
my mum was like, right, what I'm going to do this year is get you something that you can use. You're grown-ups now. I'm not going to be getting you fucking wrestlers anymore. And
I hate adult conversations like that about
So-
presents.
But,
See people, I'll tell you in a wee minute, go ahead.
so
Kieran, you haven't learnt yet that, like, no matter how good a gig is in Belfast, you're still at the mercy of the TransLink timetable. There's people here being like, this is a great night, but the Express, the fucking back to Derry is in 10 minutes.
Get into the Ibis, because this story's worth it. Go ahead.
That's the name of your album, Get Into the Ibis.
So my mum was like, yeah, we need to get you something that you can use. So I was like,
What age
all
would you
right.
be?
30. So I went round and my sister got her present first because she's an entitled bastard, and she opened it and she got this. I'll get there, patience. And she got this like fucking leather satchel like bag for a laptop and all because she's an accountant. And so mum was like, you can use that because you know you've got no friends or a boyfriend or anything or a girlfriend. So you can just use that to put your wee laptop in and whatever. And she's like, oh, thanks, Mum, it's amazing. I'll be able to be even more of a nerd with this. Thanks. And she handed me this like sort of square box, and I was like, oh, why? What can this be? And salter scales.
That's
I
a
mean-
fucking disgrace.
And she
That's
was-
a mug.
And she was like, they actually tell you your body fat too. So you can use that. You should use that.
It sounds like it's a present for her.
What did
to
it
find
say?
out that percentage.
What did it say when you stood on? Bollocks.
No, it's like the screwball scramble. I completed it because when I got on, it just said the wee lines. So it's perfect.
I've also clocked the scales.
Yeah.
Sorry, see, adult conversations about presents. One of my sisters has become a Christmas Nazi, and is now like going like, right, we're all just spending a tenner on each other, and I'm like,
Oh, fuck off, Secret Santa. Fuck
I know.
that.
I'm like, mate. I'm like, fuck up. I would literally, do you know what? It's like we're all making Amazon lists, and I'm like, no, you're the only one saying this. Will you fuck up, mate? It fucking drives me. My brother has recently emigrated to Canada with his family, or Declan, right? They're away. He's away. He's away.
And his
fucking,
wife, Kelly.
and his wife, Rainbow. True story. So.
Oh, Rainbow?
Yeah. Our Rainbow. And my niece, our Bluebell, right? Anyway, so they're away. They're all away. I remember when Daggy phoned up to say he was naming the baby Bluebell, and my ma actually went, so what do you actually call it? And he goes, Bluebell. Kabloop. I was him hanging up. He's not like a robot or anything. So he's away to Canada, right? And this has caused havoc, right? I'm like, I wonder if Amazon have a Canadian fucking division called Amazon Canada. They definitely fucking do. No issue, right? And see, for Christmas, do you know all I want? I love a DVD, mate. And I love a book. Just give me... No, seriously. Give me a DVD or a book. You can literally spend £3 and I will be... I want stories. That's what I want, right? And see, mate, fuck's sake. See the next cunt who shares DNA with me and actually tries to buy me clothes. I am gonna go, oh, mate. See you next
They have
person.
the audacity to buy you things like, I don't know, jeans.
No. I don't own jeans.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I will never... Or what?
I mean, obviously.
I know, like... Do I look like I wear jeans?
No, that's why I made the joke.
No, I would never... I don't like this. But seriously, there's no... You're such a wee dick. There's no talk going on in my house about, well, if we're just going to send money to Canada and they're going to send some money back, why don't we just split the difference? And I'm like, sweet, so I'll just throw money out the window and go, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And see me, Ciaran, I'm a wee Christmas prince. I fucking love Christmas. See, about the 15th, I clock off, and it's fucking 2 weeks of me sitting watching like It's a Wonderful Life and The Muppets Christmas Carol, and I'm eating meat. Like,
Yeah.
You know, I can picture you like at Christmas. You know the wee boy in Shrek 3 that wants him to roar? Do they roar? I can see you dressed for Christmas. Do they roar?
The boy that wants what?
What wants, it's hard to say, Shrek in Shrek 3.
Yeah.
Who wants Shrek? Shrek's reformed, right? He's not a
He's
monster
off the
anymore.
gear.
He's off. And
All right, Shrek, bro, you off it?
there's no doubt
He's not green anymore.
There's no doubt a man in Rathcoole is called Shrek and he's in the UDA. There's no doubt about it. But Shrek he's out with his wee mini Shrek dudes and he's having a party. But everyone sees him and he's like, Shrek, you're Shrek and all. And he's like, oh, not anymore. I'm a dad now. Now you're Shrek. And this wee boy, he looks a lot like you. It's like, have you seen this? He's like, goes over to Shrek and Shrek's just chilling and the wee boy's like, do the roar. Do the roar. I can see you having the same entitlement at Christmas. I wish we could get that on the screen. It's so great.
are you Christmas boys though? Like, do you like Christmas?
No, I hate it, mate.
I love it. Like,
Of course I love it. I get to sit and eat and drink and ignore my children for like 2 weeks.
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it for 33 years, but now I'm circumcised. I'll watch everyone else enjoy it. We don't celebrate it. The only thing I want at Christmas... tell you what, if you can reunite me with my foreskin, I'll get back on board. But until then, I'm out.
Well, Shane, it's funny you should mention that.
Imagine someone runs on with my foreskin.
Imagine I don't know why, but I want the This Is Your Life music to come on as a... Ba, 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 ba. Nobody knows it, but whatever.
This is your helmet. This is your helmet.
I didn't take your helmet too, did I?
Yeah. I mean, talk about botched surgery.
I reckon if they took your helmet off, it would just look like asparagus done badly.
See, if they took my helmet off, it would just look like a can mound.
Yeah.
There's no shaft. It's
Dave said just before we went on, we were like, let's go for a wee before the podcast. And there was like 20 urinals free, and I was at one, and Dave just walked past me and went, I'll go into the cubicles because I've got a small cock.
no, but like I mean, see, back in the beach club days, I used to have to fucking like kickmaster my dick in my jeans. It was so big, and now it's just shrunk. Like I mean,
I'd go see a doctor.
like
for
I have
sure.
to piss. I can't piss like this anymore. I have to piss like that, reverse. It's like I'm flicking a wee bean when I'm. It's horrible.
I've had to fucking cradle the walnut
And
for
it's
a piss
grey as well.
Yeah. Mine's still the same colour.
It's like, you know, a wee turtle's head that pops out of a shell, and you go to like say boo to the turtle. It goes, oh, that's my wee dick.
Mine looks like a Percy pig with no face on it. It's terrifying.
But still the ears. Still the little ears.
No nose or eyes, but the ears. He
And I can't
hears-
say it
he hears
tastes
everything.
equally as good. It tastes equally as good.
Scott, what do you want to know?
You're very red, mate. Are you all right? Fuck me.
Let me tell you something right now. Scott might be high.
Yeah.
On life.
Yes.
Well, he's either high or he's a
Being
communist.
serious? Is he being serious?
Guys, for a start, come on, body language very closed. Open up.
Scott,
That's you, Chilly.
Scott, what are we saying? Who's the worst guest I've had on the podcast?
The funny thing is, I know the answer.
Apart from these guys, Scott, do you know what I like? You started off as shy and now you're being aggressive.
Yeah. Security.
Scott turned into the roast master there.
Look,
DJ Connor Burns.
This isn't Mudblood, lads. Seriously.
There's no cat on sale from the bar, so. Right, I'd say we need 2 more questions from anyone.
do 4. I don't care about the
Kieran.
timetable.
Put your hand up if you'd like to ask a question. Man, right at the back. Has my dad give the lawnmower back yet? I mean,
I can't answer that.
that was. So that's obviously a reference.
Lawnmower 4.0, because Manscaped sponsored the.
To me, 20% off. That's obviously like in stand-up. I used to do a bit of material about when I was in the States. Some guy shouted, "You're damn like my lawnmower." Then at the waterfront, some guy shouted it. I put him down. Then at the waterfront again the next year, the guy shouted the same thing.
Just watch out, Shane, you're dropping a lot of venue names there on the floor. When I sold out the next place,
Well, get it.
I actually probably crushed my right bollock to do that.
We'll get a forklift in here for the Opera House because it's pretty hefty. Tickets on sale tomorrow, but
I definitely thought you were about to do like a forklift lifting me or something, Joker. It's fucking weird.
no, my dad nicked your lawnmower. If he did, he made a mistake, and your dad's made a mistake too. It's you.
By the way, that guy paid money to come to this. But
Yeah, the only
Appreciate it.
reason I say it too, I was so on edge doing the SSE because it was like the next night because it was like the same guy's got a shout out, so I was just thinking of more response, and that was one that didn't get used from the night.
Where was it? SSE, right.
SSE Arena, it's a nice place to just go fuck about, try new jokes, just mock about. Do you know what? I'm such a cock. Someone that I ran into when I was out for a coffee said, I believe you, like quite loud, went out over the coffee shop, went, I believe you did the SSE. And I, without thinking, went, twice. Just in case the rumour was out there that I'd done it once.
Do you remember sitting with me one day on the Mac getting a cup of coffee and somebody walked up to us and quite literally clambered over me to get a photo with you, a photo which I was then forced to take?
Yeah. Yeah. I still have a root over
and
that.
that's how we first met.
What?
That's how we first met.
We need
That
2
was a
more.
pipe
We
work
need
story
2
first,
more.
man.
Can we have a hand up, please? Yes?
This one's for Dave.
This one's for Dave. Yo! Sorry. Go ahead.
Are you getting Ciaran any personalised gear this Christmas? Not talking about the drugs.
Oh, so, Dave, you want to repeat the question?
Am I going to get
Thank
you
you for the
any
question.
personalised gear this
So,
year for
over the
Christmas?
years, when Dave and I do like a Christmas podcast together, will we
Not
do
this
one
year.
this year?
No,
Who knows?
no.
Probably.
No,
Can we?
absolutely not, no.
Okay. what's some of the stuff over the years we've got each other? Can you tell people what you got me last year?
Honestly, no. I have no clue.
What? 2 words? Dean Gaffney.
Oh, yes. Shit. Yes, Dean Gaffney. I've actually more Dean Gaffney gear.
What did you get me? So what?
I got you like...
By the way, I got you something sweet. I didn't get you a novelty gift.
Did you not get me a Liberace framed picture?
That's right.
Yeah. Like, one thing, I had that, right? And I was like in my house being like, did I throw this out or did I keep this? And my 3-year-old walked up to me and was like, Granny. And I went, no, it isn't. But yeah, I got him. I don't know. I got a bit of a deal.
I've never met your granny, but I imagine she
she's
looks like
dead,
Rod
mate.
Stewart. Oh. What was her name?
Agnes.
Agnes?
And Francis.
Wake up, Agnes, I think I got something. But she can't. She can't. Cause
what? Cause what?
she's dead.
Yes, died in 9/11. I've been through this.
But she died on that date, but how many years
No,
later?
she died on the 9th of November.
Yeah.
It's like 20 years earlier, but she's still... of a heart attack in her garden, but she's still... It's a good conversation topic. Oh, my granny died 9/11.
Yeah.
What's she doing? Gardening. But yeah, I got a deal on DeanGaffney.com for like loads of Dean Gaffney gear. So I got a big Dean Gaffney picture. So Dean Gaffney
signed?
keyring, a sign. Fuck. No, it was I signed it. I actually did sign it myself.
Oh, fuck you.
It's like, but it was just my signature. Yeah, so I got you a lot of Dean Gaffney gear. And this year, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to get you something.
So
I'll give you some
recently I found just by itself the mouse mat and was like, on DeanGaffney.com, Dean does everything.
Yeah.
Anything and everything. That was pretty good. And over the year we've just got each other. So will you get me something
Yeah,
nice?
we'll obviously get each other nice presents.
What's the best autograph you've ever got?
Ooh, I don't know. Autographs were slightly before our time. No, we getting autographs.
Well, I mean, I am trying to keep everything old alive. Like, you know what I mean? I've also got a mangle where I dry my clothes, but I had a Craig David poster that was it was made up of each frame out of the videos of the singles from the Born to Do It album. So like you could watch the video of
if Craig David gets murdered, we know who's done it.
No, right, but this was the poster. It was each frame of the video, but then they were colorized into the Born to Do It photo of Craig, right?
Iconic.
And he had signed it, but I didn't actually meet him. He had signed it before I bought it in the Odyssey.
Nice.
Which is where you also gigged, but sharing a stage with Craig David. And, yeah, that was a good autograph though. I really liked that one.
I got an autograph from the golfer Ian Woosnam. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
PGA 95.
I know. Woozer the boozer absolutely loves it, and I was on
he got in
holidays.
trouble for fucking with somebody's clubs there a couple of years ago.
Listen,
I happen to know.
Players go and play. And I was in
Golf banter.
McDonald's with my dad, obviously, and I don't know what age I was, I must have been about 8, and my dad was like, look, and I was just looking at this like 60-year-old guy being like, all right, and he was like, no, you know who that is? And I went, no. He goes, it's Ian Woosnam. I'm like, I still don't know who that is. And he goes, well, get your dad an autograph. And I went, what? So I went over, and to be fair, he had loads of jewellery just sitting on the table, like wealthy jewellery at McDonald's, sort of juxtaposed itself a bit. But he sent me over, and I was like, my daddy likes you. And then he was like, what do you want me to do? I went,
My daddy likes you.
I just remembered before we take on. I just remembered I got a pretty good. I got Stephen Nolan sign a tennis ball for me once.
there's irony hanging out of that one, isn't there?
Yeah.
We got one more question. Someone put their hand up. Send us out with a bang here. Yes, mate, right at the back.
Question for Kieran. Kieran, what's your best story from the Holy Lands?
Kieran, what's your best story from the... Kieran, what's your best story from the Holy Lands? Kieran,
From the Holy Lands?
you're always in the Holy
I know.
Lands. What's your...
Do you fucking know me? I think I've been in the Holy Lands about fucking twice in my life.
Well, there you
Tell
go.
us about it. Because they are, by default, your two best
I
stories
know.
with the Holy Lands.
My best story.
I could see you freelancing for the community support unit there.
There is a story. There's no end on it, so
Fuck it.
it suits my style. So no, I'm sure my best. What the fuck are you even on about? That's like going, Kieran, tell us your best story from Newton Abbey.
Kieran, what's your best hot air balloon story if you had to pick? If you had to pick.
Well, there was this one time that I've been on a hot air balloon.
No, you haven't.
I was wearing these wee ruby slippers, right? I just kept thinking, I need to get the raffles. No, what's my best story?
Have you been to a house party ever in the Holy Lands?
But they're all. Here's your Holy Lands classic fucking story.
Oh, here
It's not even. This isn't the best story. This is the only story from Holy Lands. Here, mate. See you and your mate to play guitar. Use your fucking class. Come on back. There's a party at our house. They would always get you with these sorts of phrases. There's free beer. Oh, there's fucking mate. All the birds from next door are coming in. Oh, fucking. There's loads of food. Right. You get back. It's that guy. Toast that you're gonna make yourself. There's no butter. And his mate sitting on his fucking monks because he couldn't afford to go out that night. Do you know what I mean? That's the Holy Lands. There was one night where some cunt I was at a party in the Holy Lands, and some cunt fucking at this party where like a guitar was getting passed around, right? And mate, they were amateurs, right? Like, do you know what I mean? Like somebody was strumming a Wonderwall badly, and I'm like, mate, fucking get me out there. I do the Ryan Adams version and wreck your life, right? Guys, gather around. Somebody light something on fire in here so we can get the emotion, right? I'm gonna play fucking Fire and Ice or something, right, mate? And I would sit down. Me and Johnny were at this party. Yes, right. He's warmed me up, right? Because this leads into something that's Holy Lands related, right? So I was at this one party though. A guitar was getting passed around, and it was, you know, like me and Johnny were both there looking at each other. I used to play music with this guy, and we were pretty fucking good, right?
What was his name?
Johnny.
Gianni?
Don't fucking no.
He was in a tenor group.
There was no.
Gianni.
I know obviously I should have something to say, but there was no H in his fucking name. H? No.
So you and Gianni.
Yeah, me and fucking Johnny, right? From fucking EastEnders back in the day. Gianni DeMarco, right? Me and Gianni and Pepe are going in to have a wee fucking Balnez around the Holy Lands. I'm like, lads, give me a fucking 6-string, right? So I'm at this fucking shite party, and these things are playing, like somebody's doing a Wonderwall, and I'm like, mate, nah, right? And then somebody else is doing, you know, like a fucking, like a gambler, you know, like a fucking, but you know when people can't really sing, and they say, oh, when you know someone is fucking shite when they say the words, never had a lesson. I can hear that. I hear it up and down.
Self-taught?
Oh, self-taught, mate. Is that why you're holding a D like it's your dad's dick? Anyway, I'm in this house party. Me and Johnny are looking at each other. And Johnny, the only reason I am there, by the way, I am the fucking greatest wingman that has ever lived, right? I am like, mate, I'll hackle on it for you if you want, right? I am your greatest. Fuck up.
Like father, like son.
I'm glad you said that, because when you said like holding your dad's dick, I was like, you wouldn't have been able to hold yours because it'd be too hot. Just be fuck.
It just goes. It turns to gas when it gets really warm. And we're at this party, and Johnny is trying hard to.
Kieran, I'm trying.
He's trying hard to get this fucking pizza dough to rise right now. He's trying hard. He's trying hard to pull this bird. And that's the only reason I'm in this fucking house. And Gianni looks at me, right? He looks at me as if to say, there's no way that's a yellow card, right? But right? So he looks over at me, looks at the guitar. Now Johnny's a really fucking good guitar player, right? And I know, and I'm gonna fucking rip it up, whatever he plays. I'm gonna sing it like fuck, right? And he lifts the guitar, mate, right? And he starts playing, right? And I sing whatever the fuck it was. It was fucking, you know, amazing. And he thinks he's getting to pull this girl, and then she goes, "Is it just like pop covers you guys do?" And I'm like, "I hope you perish in flames, bitch." But Johnny still wanted it. And Johnny goes, "No, I mean, I can't." And Johnny could really play. Fuck up. And he's going, And so Johnny's like chatting to her, and she goes, well, I write stuff. And mate, she took a guitar off Johnny. Now Johnny will remember this fucking story. We were in there, right? And she lifts the guitar. She plays everything on one string, right? And it's like, boom, 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 boom. Just open, boom, 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 boom. And she starts doing spoken word stuff over it. Like, just sitting there going, boom, I'm sitting here, I'm in a house. I'm going, Johnny, surely your dick is retreating away from this woman.
Back to Naples.
So, back to what?
Back to Naples.
His dick went so far back it was in the Roman Empire, mate, right? I'm going, this is fucking grim, right? Anyway, I think he ended up fingering her, but I might fucking just leave it there. But I do also really want to tell this other last bit. Do you remember there was a bar called Renshaw's on...
Sorry. See when your dad came.
Sorry, Renshaw's fans? What crowd is this?
When your dad came to pick you and Gianni up, did he say, "Do I smell garlic?"
Unbelievable. So, in Renshaw's one night, right? I'll be really quick. 10 minutes, right? In Renshaw's, it was one of our mates' birthdays, mate. This is so fucking
Kieran, how many times we're doing the live podcast do I whisper to you, I have to pick my son up?
Like, I have family commitments, Kieran. I'm like, fuck up.
I'm settling in for the night, like I'm
like, fuck up. I used to work in Tesco, right? So, no, we were in Renshaw's for a mate's birthday, right? And there was a guy playing the guitar, and he was fucking all right? He was dead on.
So before I forget, there's merch available. As you walk out, the t-shirts are a tenner, the mugs are 15 quid.
If you want a photo with Beppe DeMarco, it's a fiver. So we're in Renshaw's, and it's a mate's birthday, and we're like, this guy's playing music, and he's all right? And
fucking mate, Simon Cowell here.
My mate goes, oh mate, you judge. Like, anyway, he was good, but one of my mates asked, could he do message in a bottle by the police, right? And he was like, I don't have it. And me and Johnny were like, guess what? we have it in abundance, right? So we got up and played message in a bottle, right? And then people started going, one more tune. So I think we played fucking Fill Me In or something, right? Get something to say. Right, anyway. It's all right. So did all that, and then the guy came and took his guitar back and played the rest of the gig. And we went over when he finished to say thank you for fucking letting us play, because it's a bit cunty to go over and say, mate, can we take like part of your gig, right? And as we're talking to him, the Renshaw's bar manager comes over and goes, here lads, do you just want to come back in here like next Thursday and play? And that guy standing there and goes, that's my gig. And we were both like,
Mamma mia!
I know. We ended up saying no thank you, right? But years later, I was telling this story to this guy that gigs out in Belfast, and I was like, oh mate, this guy was so fucking shit. And we took a guitar off him and they offered us his gig in front of him, and he goes, that was me. So those are my best Holy Land story.
Well, there you go, you got what you asked for.
Considering I've never been there.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out to the first live Tea With Me podcast. Give it up for my guest, Dave Elliott, Kieran Bartlett. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you very much. Now, here's what we're going to do. Tony, if it's okay, where's sexy Tony's over there. Can we get the house lights put up, and then can Tony from the back, can you take a picture? We'll get the lights, can we all turn around to the camera and then hold up whatever beverages that we have? Can we get the lights up, and can we do that? Tony, can you see me? I feel like you can't see me. You want me to move over? So here we go in 3, 2, 1. We got it, guys. Thank you so much for coming out. Also, give it up. How fucking good was the stand-up in the first half? Give it up for Ian Thompson and Johnny Bow. Okay, now this has been class, right? And I think what would be a fitting way to end this? Now, loads of stuff that happened tonight wasn't planned, like the fucking goblin running on stage, the Banshee Bones, but I think, without putting anyone on the spot, a nice way to end this gig. What about an a cappella version of Wonderwall or Fill Me In by Kieran Bartlett? Kieran, I don't want to put you on the spot, so you pick between those songs.
Somebody, hold on, fuck up. I mean, let's be serious. If it's either of them, it's gonna be Craig. Like, let's be serious.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'd have brought the guitar for this. This is fucking
Shit.
I've literally sat here and talked
We have
about
a
people
guitar
being
now.
shot. You know what I
I
mean?
have a guitar. And we wanted a cappella.
A cappella.
Do you want me to do the karaoke version on my phone? With a beat?
Don't we do backing vocals?
Do me backing vocals.
Oh yeah. Come on now.
Hold on here. Fill me in.
This was one of his first shadow blinds when we met. Fill me in, Dave. Big Bear, fill me in.
All right, Kieran, we've got it.
I'm shitting myself here.
Don't be scared.
That's
A
what someone-
Belfast horror film's about
I
to
know,
start.
yeah. Don't be scared. Sorry, somebody was still singing Wonderwall. We've clearly established what we're doing here.
Are we doing Wonderwall?
No, fuck
Right,
up.
okay, here
no.
we go, Kieran.
Mate, this is fucking mental.
Yeah.
All mid-30s guys, like just...
Can I also say I haven't had a drink of water since we were in a fucking train?
All right.
You tell me when the words are gonna start on this. Can you fill me in?
I was thinking
He's still next door, the parents went out. She phone say, hey boy, come on right around. So she knocked on the door, she was standing with a bottle of red wine, ready to pour, dressed in long black satin, laced to the floor. So went in and we sat down, started kissing and caressing, told me about jacuzzi, sounded interesting. So we jumped right in, all calls diverted to answer phone. Please leave a message after the tone. Not being mean, our parents were kinda cool, but they were the fine line between me and you. We were just doing things young people in love do. Parents trying to find out
Everybody.
what we were up to. Saying, why were you creeping around late last night? Well, did I see two shadows moving in your bedroom light? Now you're dressed in black, when I left you were dressed in white. Can you fill me in? Calls diverted to answer phone. Red wine bottle, have the contents gone. Midnight return, jacuzzi turned on. Can you fill me in?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kieran Bartlett! Dave Elliott, this has been Two Me Live.